What's up, YouTube? This is Vernacular TV. If you like the content that I'm producing, please like the video, post a comment, and subscribe to the channel. History is being made with the nomination of Ketanji Jackson to the Supreme Court to replace retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. History is being made as black people, seeing the history, even if it's in its symbolic form. It means well to us. It means that we are progressing within life. We are making achievement. Sometimes imagery matters. Just being in those positions of power, the imagery can affect the generation to come. So we take that in those regards. But as Ketanji Jackson is being grilled on Capitol Hill about her records as a judge, you can see the racism, you can see white male dominance, white male supremacy, the questioning. You can see it always within America political discourse, America political dialectic within the race relations. Black people can't achieve anything within the society without castigation, condemnation, struggle, overcoming to overcoming. So Ketanji is potentially about to be a Supreme Court judge, which is a beautiful thing to see. As she is grilled on Capitol Hill, one of the senator, Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, asked her the question, "What is a woman?" And she paused. Then it resonated to me that the game of politics, it has to be played on all levels. Ketanji Jackson could not answer the question, what was it to be a woman? So now you know the complexity of the politics within the time. The conversation that is being had on both sides of the political spectrum as to sex and sexuality, the banning of critical race theory in some states, because some Republican governor do not want that discourse to be taught to kids at an early age. America history on slavery, while trying to enter intersectionality within the conversation. So all these conversations is taking place, even in national headlines, you see as Leon Thomas from Penn State, on dominating the competition in swimming, in the swimming competition. When Leon Smith was a biological man, her record wasn't so good. His record wasn't so good. When Leon Thomas was a man, on the Quakers team, his record wasn't so good. But as he make the transformation and the transgender gap over, now Leon Thomas is dominating the women competition. So that conversation is being had all around the nation. In Florida, the governor, Ron DeSantis, he even said the second place winner, he look at her as the winner of the swimming competition. So these conversations being had. It's the changing of the times. It's the changing of the times. Everything's changing. New behavior pattern, new discourse, new power struggle between the old ideas versus the new ideas. Traditional family versus nuance of understanding, of intellectual capacity to be able to understand things that is much more complex. So as you see Ketanji Jackson, as she was grilled on Capitol Hill about what it is to be a woman, she could not answer the question. She said, "I am not a biologist." We infer that biologically, that's how you determine the sex of an individual. So that complexity is confusing as well on Ketanji Brown's part, that she could not define what it is to be a woman. She could not define it because it's the complex in politics, because she would offend those that is putting her in the power position that she's in. Those on the left hand side of the spectrum is counting on Ketanji Brown to be more progressive, while she sits on the court. So she could not define what a woman is. So the nuance of complexity in the law will show as different cases brought to the Supreme Court on sexuality, or women, transgender, people, competing in women's sporting activity, So those conversations being had to see Ketanji Brown couldn't answer the question of what it is to be a woman, showed you that she is playing politics. Because why would you say a biologist will determine? She said, I am not a biologist. So you are not a biologist.